A machine that can banish these high ones. The mysteries of this world are endless, aren't they?
Hey there. It's good to see you. So, shall we do this? The Grandmaster said by tonight Skyrim should have deciphered the old maps. All right then. Let's wait until nightfall. Go on ahead. I'll follow.
Prophet, there's good news. We were able to decipher the Starling's maps, and we now know where to find the City of a Thousand Floods. Sharon was just about to explain. Sharon? Yes?
Yes. I suppose you already know that Vin hasn't always been like it is now. In the time of the Pyreans, it was one big continent, which they called Pangora. Only the Starfall, in the era of Azataron's madness, split it apart. In other words, the Pyreans dominated the entire world as it was back then. It was a world empire. However, until recently, we always thought that the Empire's capital, the City of a Thousand Floods, was situated somewhere near where Kira is today. We were wrong about that. It was here, in Enderal.
Here?
Here, beneath our feet, to be precise.
Under Ark?
Yes. We don't know whether it was a coincidence that Malfa's vassals set the foundation of Ark here, out of all the places they could have. But they did. The heart of the Pyrean Empire was here, right where we stand. Only it's buried now. Hardly.
Sadly, the Order never cared much for archaeology. We considered it a useless endeavor. And even if there had been private undertakings, the dangers such an expedition posed, let alone its costs, would have scared off most investors.
But still, you're right. If the Order would have bothered, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. However, it doesn't matter now. What matters is we now know where the last cleansing took place, and that it's somewhere we can reach. True, but there might be another way. Do you know the myth of the Black Guardian? The Endralians believe that there is some kind of demon deep down below the surface, and that you can even hear him scream if you just listen carefully. Rubbish, of course, but I think that these screams are the sound of wind. And if there's wind...
There are tunnels. So you're saying that the Undercity's cavern reaches that deep? Into the City of Floods?
Into what is left of it. All we need to do is find an entrance point that can lead us down.
Then we leave without further delay. There's no point in leading an army down there, so the four of us will go alone. Prophet, speak to the Archmagister and tell him to give you the word of the dead and the container for the Numenors. We will need both. He's at the beacon.
Shouldn't we at least think this through before we go?
Ready your equipment. We'll meet at the gate to the Undercity. Prophet. The same I thought before. They are our enemies, and they want to destroy us. I do not care about their motives. Even though I have to admit that knowing their true nature is a disquieting thought. An entity created from the collective consciousness of a civilization. Something like that should not be allowed to exist.
Is it important?
The heart of the Pyrean Empire, right below our feet. I can't believe it. Go and talk to the Archmagister. I'll wait at the Undercity.
Oh, aren't you... never mind. How can I help you? He was. But he went to get something. Why don't you wait until he comes back? I have to admit that it's a great honor to finally meet you in person. You know, when all this started, when the Grand Master exalted you, I thought it was a sin. Granting an Outlander what we have to fight so hard for. But now... Phew! I think Malthus, or whoever sent you, that he did. We owe you a lot. Really. And you're modest, too. Say... may I ask you something? The beacon. Do you really think it'll work? I mean, I'm just a novice, but... if it can really banish the High Ones, how come the Pyreans couldn't save themselves? I just don't understand. You know, I lost someone not too long ago. It was the Naramis, under the command of that butcher Korik. My family has a small farm near the coast, and when the first of the Naramis ships landed, I immediately rode to them, to get them into the city, into safety. I'm sorry. This isn't easy. Our farm, it's on a small cliff near the farmer's coast, just a few miles from Ark. I already had a bad feeling when I set out. And then I saw the smoke. And then there was that smell. And... the smell of burnt meat. It was everywhere. I rode faster and faster, and then when I got to the house, I saw that it was on fire, and that someone had put up 3 crosses, and they were burning too. My mother, my father, and my sister, they were still alive, you know? And I just stood there, and there was nothing I could do. Do you understand? Nothing. And it doesn't matter how I try to look at it. It all amounts to one thing. I was too weak. I was too late, and I was too weak. that wouldn't have happened to you, would it? You would have done something. You would have saved them. Just as you'll save us. If I could just be more like you, then Your flesh. Yes, that's it. All I need is a piece of your flesh. And nothing like that will ever happen again. Why? Is that so hard to understand? I don't want much, just a small piece of it. But you just don't want to share, isn't that it? You want it all for yourself. Because you're vain. And in all your damn vanity, you don't even see the futility of the whole thing. The beacon won't burn. It never will. Thousands have tried it before you. Thousands who are as arrogant as you are. And they all failed.
How did they say? Just let yourself fall.
Because the light will burn you. It will devour you until there's nothing left of it. Nothing but burnt flesh.
Nice and crisp. You're familiar with that, aren't you? Prophet.
By Malthus. We need to stop them.
By the name of the sun. They were possessed. How is that possible? I thought the sigil stone protects us. Oh, of course. Wait. Noise. Oh, by the righteous path. I think you should see this.
What in blazes happened here? And what is that noise?
The Nervese. They are in the city. Their entire army.
What? No. This is impossible. This is impossible! And this? What's the meaning of this bloodbath?
I don't know, Grandmaster. The High Ones somehow were able to possess the Keepers here. They tried to destroy the beacon. Kill the prodigy.
What? But the stone, we...
Grandmaster, you have to see this.
What? That the Nervese are in the city? I know that already.
No, we know how they did it. The true Chessa betrayed us.
Nonsense.
It's the truth. She and almost a third of the Keepers followed Bartar's example. Come, you should hear it for yourself. There. She survived it. Open your eyes, traitor.
What? Hi, Grandmaster. I am so sorry. It shouldn't have happened like that. Oh, my mouth is... What have I done?
Tell us what happened.
Of course, Grandmaster. I will. The Trichessa. She contacted Korak and asked for...
We will, once we're done. Continue. The Trichessa arranged a meeting with Korak. What did she want from him?
A truce. She offered him the city. If he would promise not to harm anyone. She had this stone. You know, the sigil stone that protects us keepers from the High Ones. Korak. He agreed. Once the gates were open, he...
Killed everyone.
Yes, the Trichessa. He just... Even though she kept her end of the bargain. Then they swarmed into the city and... Oh, my Malphas, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take her to the Corarium.
Yes, yes, of course, Grandmaster. Lirim, Yetta, bring me a stretcher.
Wait. You have to forgive me. I mean, we only wanted the best. You have to believe me. Please don't let me die as a pathless. Please.
I forgive you. Now go.
Yes. Yes, of course, Grandmaster.
What are your orders, Grandmaster? We aren't many, but if we use cunning, we might be able to drive them back out of...
We will not. We are no more than 6 up here, and the Narimes are thousands. And both our black powder and our boiling oil are in the barracks.
Then it's over. We've lost.
What? No! Nothing is over! They can't be that far into the city yet. We only have to drive them out of the gates, and then...
And how exactly are you planning to do that? By loading the cannons with sugar mint and shooting balls of herbs at the Narames? Great idea, really.
You sodding!
Quiet! Narajil and Sharim are right, Commander. Ark is lost. But our war against the High Ones isn't. The beacon still stands, and it will continue to do so as long as we hold the temple. We've lost the battle, yes, but not the war. All we need is the Numenors, and then the beacon will be lit.
And what then? I don't think Korak will withdraw once we've destroyed his vision of this ascent.
Correct, he won't. Which is why we will surrender.
What?
It is the only way. As I said to the Trichessa before, this war is about more than just us. If we choose to give up now, or if we choose to fight and die down there, Korak will destroy the beacon either way and let the cleansing happen. We will prevent that at all costs. Which is why we will find the Numenors, light the beacon, and then surrender.
And what? Hope for mercy? Korak has more than once demonstrated what he means by mercy.
I am not hoping for mercy. We will die, but there is no alternative. Korak isn't man enough to participate in the battle himself. So even if we were to break out and fight, all we would do is kill his delusional soldiers. And their deaths would be as pointless as this entire war. Once the High Ones are vanquished, we've done our duty. That's it.
But no! We are warriors, and true warriors fight!
True warriors ask questions. Like the question, when does a battle for ideals become nothing more than a battle for vanity? Those soldiers down there, Commander, they are nothing more than butchers. But we are more than that. but I will not stop you. As soon as the beacon is lit, you're free to flee. But for now, you will hold this place at all costs while we search for the Numenors. Archmagister, do you have the word of the dead?
I do, yes. How do you plan to get into the Undercity from here? The entire city is swarming with Corax's soldiers.
Leave that to me. Commander Aaron, gather the remaining keepers and arcanists. I will address them. You all know what has happened. We were betrayed by our own brothers and sisters. As we speak, people are dying, slaughtered by the Nerimes, who think we are their enemy. And I know what you are feeling right now. Anger. Anger aimed at those in our ranks who did this to us. But you're wrong. Despite their deed, they wanted to protect us, to fulfill their holy duty. And the same applies to Koarek and his soldiers. Yes, they are deluded. Yes, they have committed crimes past redemption, but they, too, only did what they thought was right. If there is someone to blame in all this, it's the High Ones, and no one else. They, brothers and sisters, they are the ones responsible. They have no mind, no compassion, no soul, and their only reason for existing is to destroy. They are cowards who act out of the shadows and play us against each other like puppets on strings. And right now, they think they have won. They think they can defeat us. But they will fail, because we are still here. We have the beacon, the only thing capable of stopping all this madness, and that is exactly what we're going to do. After that, you are free to go. Flee, fight, do whatever you think is best. I myself will surrender, because every drop of blood spilled after we have done our duty and destroyed the High Ones is useless. And even if the Nerimes kill me, my death will be a sign. A sign that people like Koarek will never understand. Hatred breeds hatred. This is what history has taught us, and this is what makes the High Ones strong. Stand by me when the time comes, or go. But until then, fight.
I can't believe Sigil Bearer Bartar betrayed us, not him.
Prophet?
Malphas's blessings.
And there she goes. 4,000 years this city has stood. And now she is aflame. It is a tragedy. I suppose you already know that due to your dealings with there is a plan. Probably. I will make it short. There's a set of down, and after that, there is a way into and bring the mercenary with you. Prepare yourself. We will meet in the dungeon.
Alphonse's blessings. Well, that's just how he is. Always talking.
Hello, my friend. So what did the Grand Master say? Poison gas. Now, if that isn't yet another example of the unimpeachable holiness of the Holy Order. But I guess a way down is better than none. There was one thing I wanted to ask you before we leave. If things work out the way the Grand Master thinks they will you give yourself to Korak as he said he would?
All of it.
I'm glad you see it that way. Anyway, I'll go catch up with Meister Cynical and our esteemed Grand Master. Couldn't ask for better company on a suicide mission like this. Just meet me at the dungeon once you're ready to set out.
I can't believe Sigil Bearer Bartar.
Huh? What do you want?
Poison gas tunnels. If there's one thing the Holy Order has always been, it's creative. My respect for that, Arithiel.
They're here. One moment.
Interesting lock.
It's a sigil, and it can only be opened by one bearing the Grandmaster's sword. Follow me.
Well, this'll be fun.
What a waste of time. In case you were wondering, those three water gates up there contain the Starling machinery which releases the poison gas. As long as we do not open them, we can pass safely through the tunnels.
So, this tunnel system, how many exit points does it have? I assume that a single exit into the Undercity wouldn't have sufficed to poison it all by itself, would it?
No. There are a total of 8 exits, and we will be using the one that leads into the Crow District. According to Maragil, we should be able to find a suitable entrance point into the old depths from there. do.
Worshipper. Get out.
Choice, not mine.
Is that so? And the radiant being which was Malthus turned away and extended its arms towards the sky, and thousands of lightning bolts crashed down onto the wretched city, destroying everything. Even the shadow terrified the sun itself. Yes. And those who still doubted the divinity of the light after their revelation were smitten
This is the place. Skyrim.
Yes, take cover.
Impressive.
Entropy.
Lead the way, Prophet. You know what we are looking for.
Hey, you alright? You look pale for some reason. It was the echo, wasn't it? Stronger?
That might be because we're getting closer to where the last cleansing happened. If we just follow the visions, they might lead us directly to the temple, and thus to their version of the beacon.
Lost ones. But what is it with their eyes?
The High Ones. They're trying to prevent us from reaching the temple.
The city of 1,000 floods. By the wise hermit. It's so beautiful.
And dangerous. Come, we need to get down there.
Choice, and you've chosen ignorance. Now pay the price.
What did you see? What?
In other words, all that we've done so far is almost identical to how things went to the Pyreans. We are still part of the pattern.
But does that mean everything we've achieved hasn't made any difference at all? That we found the Black Stones, the ancient starlings?
All that the Prophet has seen is that someone betrayed the Pyreans too, and that this jackal was deluded as this fool Koarek. We knew that already. We are the first to be so close to lighting the beacon. I can feel it.
What is this? Some kind of messed up puppet theater? How can these corpses still be here after all this time? They should have decayed long ago.
Good question. Looks like magic to me. Look at how gray their skin is. Like ashes.
I see. They cleansing do this then, right? This must have been the final moments before the island was devoured.
I fear you're right. Must have tried to get into the temple to safety. This is
impressive.
I suppose we have company.
You are impressive, you know that? Everything around you is falling apart, yet you refuse to give up. Tell us, Sarathiel, what makes you keep going?
Are you trying to manipulate me? If so, save your breath and fight instead.
Oh my, so grim. How nice it would be if everything could just be killed, wouldn't it? Even the past. Tell us, do your companions know the truth about you? All of it?
Let's go. This is pointless.
Pointless? You wound us. All we want is to help them understand. Just look at them. How clueless they are.
Are you deaf? Shut up. Your games don't work on me.
We'll take that as a no.
But there has to be a way.
Not here in Inodan, Teal. We could hide the pregnancy, but a living child? A lightborn and a mortal. It's blasphemy. As ridiculous as that may sound coming from my mouth. You could flee with him, you know. Take him somewhere where no one will find you.
What? Erlander, that... no. They would recognize us for who we are.
Not if we took precautions. But even if they did, no one would dare oppose a Lightborn. No one. Teal Lord, please, don't let him grow up without a father. He will be special, I can feel it, and he will need you.
What is this? But... no, I can't. The Council, Erlander. You know what they said about me. They want to do it.
You mean the exaltation? I can't believe you just said that. This is about a child, Teal Lord. Our child.
Yes, our child. Why don't you tell me another 1,000 times? I have obligations.
Stop this!
Damn it. And you should know that better than anyone else. You know how hard I've worked to get here, Erlander. And now you want me to give it all up? For this thing?
Teal, how? I just don't know what to say. Being a seraph, it's a title by the name of the sun. A title. How can that possibly be more important to you than... oh, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Of course you can't. You've never known what it means to have to fight for something. We will give him away to one of your servants. It is better that way, for him and for us.
What would have happened if you had been there for your son, I wonder? Would he have ever started to blame the gods for this deep hatred lurking inside him? You made your son into what he became, and all because a promotion was more important to you than your own flesh and blood. And that is why you will fail here, don't you see? Because failing is what you do. As a soldier, as a protector of the gods, and as a father. You are a butcher, a loser, not the glorious savior you want people to remember you as. Admit it already.
Find a wise hermit, that's a lot of them. If you have a plan, Orenfield, now would be a good time to fill us in.
What do you say about that? Charlotte, you and the mercenary. Are our backs. You, prophet, fight at my side.
They're blocking the way.
The path is clear. Advance!
Never stop.
To the gate.
Garage. Locked. What do we do?
We will break it open. Do you see the ballista up there? Dalvarig, you... Wait. Do you feel that?
Yes. Like a wise hermit, I have a bad feeling about that. What?
The sun.
Wait. He's moving.
Yes. Yes, that is good. Stay with us. You were hit by a piece of debris, but we are safe, at least for the moment. Prophet, you will not be able to get inside here. The building came down on top of him. There was nothing we could do. But you survived. That is what matters for now. Yes, and we will. But to do that, we need to find another way out of this place. So, no matter what else we do, we first have to go deeper into the temple. We finish this. That arrogant display of the High Ones was a bluff. They are afraid of us, and this puppet show out there was their last trump card. But they have failed. We're here, and we're close. All that matters now is that we summon the High One and take the Numinos from him. Then it is over. Thank the gods your injuries are only superficial. Just try to keep up. Interesting. That must be the echo. We are so close where the last cleansing happened that not only the Prophet sees it, but we do as well.
Understood? They must not harm it.
the gods how similar they are. Skyrim, do you have the word of the dead with you?
Yes.
Good. Then place it in front of the beacon and prepare yourself. Prophet, it is now up to you. Somehow you must recall the moment when the last cleansing happened. If Shayla's theory is right, this is the only way to get our hands on something close to a physical form of a High One. No, but maybe you can somehow lure it. According to all that you have told me so far, the Echo seems to react to things or situations connected to the cycle. Take a look around and see if you can find something. All right.
He has betrayed us! Jakal opened the gates and now they're killing everyone!
The core of this sickness is in people's heads. It is a way of thinking. But you will never understand that, High Priest, will you?
It was almost as if the beacon longed for the stones. They are the key. I feel it. They are similar to magic, or the power responsible for the tides. They are pure energy. The beacon was created to banish the High Ones from existence, but to do that, we need something from them.
Is that?
A high one. We have made it. How are you feeling, Prophet? Luring the echo like that, it must have strained you. It does, indeed. We are in the consciousness of a past civilization. Do you see that up there? Yaela was right after all. This is our Numinars, the essence of a High One.
I wish you could see this.
In spite of everything. We are in his thoughts. What could you do against that? Time does not exist here. At least not as we know it. We will see about that. Maybe that question will answer itself. Shaman, do it. Carry the container to the essence.
As you command, Aranthio.
What is it? What are you waiting for?
Tell me, Aranthio. Back in the ruins, when the High Ones showed you that memory, it was the first time I saw you express real agitation. Not anger, but agitation. What you did to your son, do you regret it, I wonder? That you abandoned him in exchange for prestige and power?
What?
I don't think you do. What got to you was being reminded of your own failure. Regret? You don't know that feeling. You never have. Not even after Kira.
What are you?
I hired the mercenaries with Kalim. I helped him kill Lashari. And I let the Neramis into the city.
And still, you don't have the slightest idea who I am, do you?
Why, you were there. The night of 1,000 fires.
Yes, I survived your massacre, one of only a few.
Then you did not follow my son because you shared his ideals. You did it to get to me. What for, Yusna? Justice?
Justice. I am done with this world, Arenthio. I have been for a long time now. The only reason why I'm still here is a promise I made to someone. The promise that one day, I will be the one who takes everything from you.
Yusna, this is madness. Whatever you are planning to do, it will affect the whole world, not just me. If you want my death, why not just wait, damn it? Once we have lit the beacon, Korek will kill me. That way, all those innocent lives will be...
Please just shut up! You take me for such a fool? As if there's anything in this world you would want more than to die a martyr! Teodor Arenthio, conqueror of the High One, savior of mankind. You like the sound of that, don't you? You like it so much. You know, at first, I was so frustrated with all the setbacks. When the Prophet saved Lishari's research in Aldrashengrad, and when Koarek's first attack on the city didn't succeed. But then I realized that all of this would be so much more gratifying than anything else I could do to you. Your final attempt, and so close to your target, only to fail by my hand. You asked me once what my daughter's name was. Do you remember?
Yes, I beg you, please.
Lena. Her name was Lena.
No. That's impossible. You fool. Miserable, selfish fool! You killed us all!
Impressive, Arenthio. You really were close. A shame that you were too preoccupied with yourself to see it coming.
Beast! You damn beast! He was possessed! Possessed from the start!
Oh no, Arenthio. I'm afraid that is only half true. We reap, but you sowed. Of course we possessed him, but you did all the heavy lifting back in Kira, when you gave the order to massacre everyone dear to him, including his wife and his poor daughter. And so, it is a happy ending after all, isn't it? Without the Merinos, you have nothing to use the beacon's power on. And the only thing it is good for now is the destruction of your own beloved city. It will be a feast, and there will be nothing left of you once we've devoured you. Nothing but cold, gray flesh. It is just as we said. You have failed as you always have done. What is it, Arenthio? Lost your tongue?
No. No. I have not. Not at all. You have just presented me with a solution.
Are you deaf? There is no solution. The cleansing will happen, and you will all die.
Yes. Yes, we will. Your Messiah, the citizens of the city, the armies, we will all burn like the sun. And then it will be over.
You're fantasizing, Aranthio. Without...
Not this time. Here we must go our separate ways. Believe me, I wish it were otherwise. But in your condition, you would just be a burden. And I cannot afford any risks. I'm sorry. The High Ones are right. We cannot use the beacon to banish them anymore. But do you remember what the Archmagister said? Without the Numinos, the beacon's energy would burst out without direction. Cause a massive explosion, yes. And that is the only thing we can do for mankind now. Koarek was and is essential to the High One's plan. Whatever shape the actual cleansing takes, he wants to make sure it will happen. And we, Prophet, we may have failed in breaking the cycle for ourselves, but not for the others. The other people of this world, Araziel, Kira, Kile, they're affected by the cycle as much as Enderal. And I know that there must be people like us, people who have had the same dreams and feel what is about to happen. And if we kill Koarek and his armies, we buy these people time. Time to gather knowledge, time to build a new beacon, and time to light it themselves. Those whom the Nerimes have not yet massacred anyway, you mean? They will die, as you and I will. But they will do so for mankind's salvation. And this is something worth dying for. It is the only way, don't you see? Either we die here, rotting with the Pyreans, or we choose to give our death meaning by at least stopping this fanatic Koarek and his armies. The High Ones are a lot weaker than they pretend to be. I feel it. We were so close to destroying them. And I have faith in the others out there who will fight them. They will succeed where this scum Sharim made us fail. So, a shepherd cannot decide the fate of his sheep. What is this really about, Prophet? Your life? Now is not the time for arrogance and selfishness. All of this is about more than just us. That you fail to see this disappoints me, Prophet. I thought better of you than that. But it does not matter anymore. I've made my choice. I'm sorry.